I jotted some notes. I was in my home sleeping when the phone rang at 3 a.m. It was the hospital calling to say that Mrs. Abromowitz had just gone into labor. After I found out her check had cleared, I drove to the hospital. When I arrived there, Mrs. Abromowitz was in considerable pain. Her contractions were so rapid, her uterus looked like it was winking at me. Suddenly out popped this beautiful baby, Heidi. I spanked her tiny bottom and she screamed at the top of her lungs, "Harder, harder!"
You've never had an orgasm with a human being?
Oh. I need some good news, and I need it fast.
Cat Boo left show business.
How could Heidi do this to us?
To us, to me.
It was yes.
You just did my lines. That quack is doing my act. That's my job. This whole tribute just going down the toilet.
Side of the alphabet. A, B, V, D, E, F, G. This girl was a tramp. Oh.
My job.
Excuse me, I got a taxi.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are fortunate enough to have someone, an expert, to give us her insight into Heidi's unorthodox lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, the noted psychologist and nationally syndicated columnist and occasional guest celebrity judge on Dance Fever, Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Thank you so very much. It's my analysis that what makes Heidi so special is that she does not sublimate her fantasies or her bodily urges like so many others. Heidi's behavior pattern over the years has manifested itself by frequent and insatiable responses in the affirmative to any inquiry of a sexual nature by a member of the opposite sex.
In fact, Joyce, excuse me, could you just put that into terms we could all understand?
Sure. That tramp has been boarded more times than the Orient Express.
On behalf of all of us, thank you so very much for being here tonight.
Well, I wasn't really sure I ought to be. You see, when my readers heard that I was going to appear at this tribute, I got more letters than Ann Landers got for that hugging crap. I'd like to share a few with you. Dear Dr. Brothers, if you attend that tribute, I'll never read your column again. Whatever happened to purity and decency? After 16 years of marriage, I still blush when I eat a hot dog. There's a P.S. P.S. Should my IUD cause a big man pain?
Who last saw that little slut? I mean, she cannot do this to me. Me, who arranged this tribute for her. Me, who was the first person ever to sell a pap smear to the Museum of Modern Art. Are you there, slut?
Is this the real Joan? All fire and ice? All passion? All flamin' dead? Or is she, as her husband Edgar told me, direct?
No, Heidi.
I smell trouble.
No, that's just hot Vaseline. Come on. Gary!
This doesn't look like me at all. They made my lips too big.
Listen, have you seen Heidi Abromowitz?
Yeah, I saw her in the coffee shop a couple hours ago. She was trying to take credit for the Big Bang Theory.
Excuse me, young man, Ron Grossman.
Señor, yo no hablo mucho inglés.
See, we are doing a show in there.
Yeah? My big day. Aticapa, Copacabana.
Not you, Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers? Que we habla? Grow up.
Excuse me, have you seen Heidi Abromowitz?
Oh, sí. Heidi Abromowitz, El Trampo. I seen her last night.
Ah.
It was my turn. Heidi es estado debajo más sábanas de Gandia.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Jesús.
Another. Dear Dr. Brothers, don't do the tribute. Their check for your appearance didn't clear, and I have to go now.
By the way, I've got some very good news for you. Heidi will be here. Please God. Not that any of us were ever worried.
They're buying the shit.
In the meantime, I'd like you to meet some of her lovely children who are all here with us tonight. As a matter of fact, you probably know Heidi has traveled extensively, and some of these kids have flown in for hours just to be with us tonight. Can we get a shot of them over the table there, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the Abromowitz kids. Olga Abromowitz, Sue Lee Abromowitz next to her, Harry Loki right there, Loki Abromowitz, Nanook Abromowitz, and last but not least, Mr. T. Abromowitz. Are they the greatest? By the way, I hope you noticed that Heidi named all her children always after relatives, never after their fathers. I mean, how many kids did you call Trick?
Shh. Denny Cleary here. We're with Joan Rivers' dresser. What's your name, dear?
Jonglupuk.
Oh, Mexican. Tell us, how much does Joan pay you?
Pay? No pay. Miss Livas give gifts. Comb, oranges, husband tennis shoes, good stuff.
You're probably one of the very few people who have actually seen Joan naked. Could you describe her?
Ew, bad stuff. Ooh, rousy body. In my country, family of 9 could live on her thighs for 1 year.
Her breasts. Could you describe her breasts?
Breasts? Miss Liva have no breasts. She have many pretty dresses, just one brassiere. It will last forever. Wanna see me make Miss Livas cry?
Yes.
You got no breasts!
You know, when I stand up here tonight on the podium, I stop to think about Heidi as a child, one word comes to mind: precocious. I mean, Heidi developed faster than a Polaroid. Most kids reach out for puberty. She went out looking for it. She's a fabulous gal. I'd like to show you some home movies taken by my father while Heidi and I were growing up in Larchmont. This is Heidi's 6th birthday party. Even then, she entertained sailors. Now, which one do you think is me? You got it. There I am, the life of the party. The boys love me even then. Now, watch closely. Here comes Heidi. That kid had been around. At 6, she knew more about reproduction than Xerox. Me, I always had a wild time. Heidi's favorite holiday was Halloween. Every year she came dressed as Lady Godiva. She also dressed as Lady Godiva on Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. I'll never forget that Halloween. My mother said my costume was the most becoming one I ever had. Here we are playing hide and seek. There goes Heidi, hiding behind the bushes as usual. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm hiding behind that tree. I hid so well, all the boys couldn't even find me. They all managed to find Heidi, however. This is where the expression, "ready or not, here I come," comes from. During our teens, Heidi and I were inseparable. God, the fun we had. I mean, look at us. The boys just loved both of us. The teenage hijinks we got up to, the silly, silly tricks we played at each other. These were the friendships that were to last a lifetime. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for Heidi, what makes a Heidi Abromowitz? Besides tables 13 through 25. And who better to trace Heidi's very undistinguished background than this very distinguished man? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Randall.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm often asked, who is Heidi Abromowitz of Larchmont, New York? To understand better this complex and totally compelling woman who's captured America's heart, not to mention other organs, I think it's necessary to go back to her roots, her origins, her family tree. This is the earliest known photograph of the Abromowitz family. In a tiny village in Eastern Europe, Larchmonski, Poland, the pogrom capital of the world. Life was hard in this little village, but even though the Abromowitzes were very poor, they still managed a yearly Cousins Club junket to Hawaii. This was the matriarch and strength of the Abromowitz family, Peshki Abromowitz. Known far and wide for her beauty, she was voted peppiest in the ghetto yearbook. The poor woman must have worked very hard all her life because in this photograph, she was 28 years of age. This is Peshki's loyal and devoted husband, Menashe Bud Abromowitz. A frugal man to the end, his last words were, reuse my catheter.
Ron!
Goodbye. Grossman.
No, I know, thank you. Have you found Heidi?
I think so. I passed a large group of men gathered in a circle, and they were shouting things like, "Come on, baby, ate the hard way, do it one more time," and they were throwing money around.
Ron, that had nothing to do with Heidi. We're in Las Vegas. You passed a crap table.
In room 2063?
That's Heidi. Go get her!
Now, there were other branches of the Abromowitz family. This was the Don Vito Giuseppe Abromowitz family of Larchmonto, Sicily. Here they are standing in front of the not-so-famous Leaning Tower of Larchmonto. Please notice it dresses to the left. This is great-great-grandmother Carmelina Elka Abromowitz, another strong matriarch and the winner of her ghetto's Eleanor Roosevelt look-alike contest. As she brought extra funds into the family by selling her used leg hair to Oriental women. This is Carmelina's sister, Tanti Posto. A truly saintly woman, her hobby was mulching her head. She and she alone volunteered to give manicures to lepers in a nearby colony. That way she could bring her work home with her. This was the...
Oh, excuse me, Ron Grossman. Look, I am going to the Abromowitz suite. Do you know if she's in there?
She must be. First time I ever seen a waterbed boil.
Who are all you guys?
Room service.
Where is Heidi?
She left a few minutes ago. She'll be back.
We're waiting for seconds.
Coming through here, coming through here.
Wait in line, mister.
Mister, did you find Heidi?
I am really getting worried. The show has already started and no guest of honor. I cannot afford another failure.
Hey, come on, relax. Heidi's probably just up to one of her old tricks again.
That's me.
Let's go.
The third branch of the Abromowitz family, the clan MacAbromowitz of Wee Larchmont on the Heather, Scotland. This was the head of the clan, Bonnie Clive MacAbromowitz. Clive developed the bizarre hobby of catching Tootsie Pops. It was he who discarded the traditional tartan for basic black and pearls. But then, America called. The Abramowitzes arrived in New York Harbor. It was a hot day. The Statue of Liberty was wearing dress shields. The first Abromowitz ashore was Beau Brummel Abromowitz, whose brilliant career in the fashion world was cut short due to the discovery of a horrible growth under his left arm. The Abromowitzes headed west, determined not to stop till their pooled resources ran out. 4.5 miles later, now broke, they settled on a small parcel of land with a great view of the park. They named this tiny piece of heaven on earth Larchmont, New York. And so we here tonight salute Heidi Abromowitz, the woman whose thighs have been rubbed more often than Aladdin's lamp. And the patriot who has volunteered to personally house an MX missile.